Inspires me every day is Margaret Baik, and she's here to share her caregiver experience.
Yeah, more!
Hello. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Margaret Baik, and like most of you here, my life has been impacted by cancer. For most of my life, cancer wasn't a worry. It was a storyline in a TV show, or I would hear a friend of a friend who had it, but cancer wasn't something that had impacted me directly. Here's a little bit about me to help make sense of things I'll talk about later. My family and I had been through a lot together. I had lost my dad in 2010. He was a fireman and he died in the line of duty. Because of this experience, my family got very close. And by family, I mean my mom, my two older brothers, Andrew and Thomas, and myself. We used each other for support. Along with losing someone suddenly comes learning how to live your life without them. Things are just different and it takes adjusting. My life was changed again in 2013 when my story with cancer started. It was a summer going into my sophomore year of high school. My mom sat me down and she told me that she had cancer. It was stage 4 colon cancer with metastases to the liver. I will never forget the flood of emotions when I heard those words. I was sad, I was scared, and I was angry. My family had gone through so much before this diagnosis, and I couldn't understand why this disease had to affect my mom. Following the diagnosis, my mom and my oldest brother Andrew, her main sidekick and caregiver through all of this, attended countless doctor's appointments and found what they thought the best treatment for my mom would be. We knew that no matter what the doctor said, the only thing we could get through this was each other. Our family became the strongest support system for my mom and for one another. On her treatment days, my brother Andrew and my grandma would go with her for the entirety of her treatment. If she was still being treated when I got out of school, I would come. And when my brother Thomas was home from college, he would join too. My mom's treatment, for the most part, stayed the same. Once a week, her and Andrew would go to the doctor's office for a checkup and blood tests, followed by a full day of treatment, about 5 hours. Then my mom would be hooked up to a pump that she had to wear for another 48 hours of treatment. The pump was small, but it was held in a black crossbody bag, and it was difficult to cover up. Along with her chemo, my mom had to go through multiple rounds of radiation because the cancer had spread to her femur and hip. My brothers had the doctor's office caregiving handled, so I got to help my mom with what we truly cared about. That, of course, being clothes and hair and makeup and shoes. Things my mom and I always bonded over. We took to the challenge of finding her clothes that covered her port in the pump bag. My mom decided to keep her diagnosis private, sharing only with family and close friends. Because my dad's death was so public, my mom didn't want this news to become the headline for another tragic story. She didn't want to be known as the widow with cancer just because she had cancer. Her hair change made hiding her diagnosis difficult and was really challenging part of all of this for my mom. One of her first questions regarding her treatment was if she would lose her hair. My mom never fully lost her hair, but the treatment did cause it to thin and change texture, both of which she wasn't familiar with. I had to watch cancer not only deteriorate my mom's health, but it was taking her confidence from her, something I always admired in her. Some people struggle to understand the important significance that hair has for people challenged with cancer treatment. It is a safety blanket. For some women, it restores them feeling beautiful again, and like my mom, their self-confidence. I did everything I could to help my mom pick outfits and do her hair to make it look fuller. Still to this day, I donate my hair every time I get a haircut. Honestly, at this point, I only grow it out so that I can donate it, hoping to help someone feel like themselves again, something cancer so unapologetically takes away. My first experience with Relay for Life was here at Iona College in 2017. I was extremely nervous and hesitant to go because I was not sure what to expect. 2 years later, I can say that Relay changed my outlook on cancer. Cancer is such a negative disease, but Relay takes the time to celebrate the survivors, honor those in the middle of their battles, and remember those we have lost and recognized, as well as the caregivers. Relay recognizes that when one person is diagnosed, their caregivers are affected just as much, just differently. It is incredibly difficult watching someone you love endure the emotional and physical toll cancer takes on them. I never would have considered myself to be a caregiver. I never recognized how difficult it was for me and my brothers because my mom was the one with the diagnosis. Relay changed all of that for me. It showed me, most of all, that I was not alone. There is comfort in knowing that what I had felt was okay to feel. It was the reassurance that I needed to hear to continue to heal. Recognizing that I was there for my mom, supporting her in different ways, was something I didn't know that I needed to feel, but Relay gave that to me. Relay gave me healing. At the end of my mother's battle, we spent a lot of time in the hospital. We spent as much time with her as we could because we knew that there wasn't much time left. My mom's room was on the hospice level of the hospital. We had as many family members we could fit so that my mom could be surrounded by the people that she loved. We wanted her final moments, whenever they were, to be filled with love and support. My family went as far as sleeping on the hospital floor because no one wanted to leave her side. On March 29th, 2016, my mom lost her battle with cancer. Saying that she lost her battle are words that I hate saying. She put up a damn good fight, and saying that she lost takes away all the doctor's visits, all the chemotherapy, all the radiation, all the scans, and all the lifestyle changes that she was forced to make. My mom was the strongest woman I know. She did not lose any battle. She grabbed cancer by the horns and she fought. Today, I relay for my mother, Margaret Baik. Because cancer took my mother, my role model, my best friend, I cannot let cancer win. We relay with the hope that no one will ever have to hear the words, "You have cancer," ever again. Together, we can put an end to this awful disease. Thank you.